Hey guys, this is Tyler, co-founder of MotionArray.com, and in this tutorial I want to show you how to create this kind of a glass paneled look inside of Adobe Premiere. Now this is something that I would typically do inside of After Effects, but I figured out how to do it inside of Premiere, and I thought I would show you guys how to do it too. So let's go ahead and take a look. So here we are in Premiere, and I just have this picture of these mountains that is scaling down over time. And the first thing I want to do is create an adjustment layer. So I'm just going to come over here and click on this new item button and come down to the third one in the drop down, which is adjustment layer. And I'm going to keep it 1920 by 1080 and click OK. So now we have our adjustment layer over here in the project panel. And I'm just going to drag that on top of my image. And the next thing I want to do is apply a couple of effects to the adjustment layer. So under effects, I'm going to search for transform and apply that effect. And then I'm going to apply the fast blur effect. So next, I want to come up here under motion, roll this down and unclick uniform scale. Now I want to scale the width to about 20%. And I'm going to scale up my height to about 200%. And on the rotation, I'm going to rotate that to about 20 degrees. And the next thing I want to do is come down here to blur and blur it out a little bit. And you can now see that we're getting this kind of glass look going on. And under the transform, we can actually take that and click uniform scale, and we can scale that up a bit. So now we're really getting this kind of a nice glass panel look going on. So at the beginning of the timeline, I'm just going to come up here and set a keyframe for the position. And at the end, I'm just going to slowly move it over. I'm actually going to change my first keyframe so that it's over by the edge. Another thing you can do if you want is apply a levels adjustment to your adjustment layer to make it a little bit brighter than the rest of the footage behind it. So the next thing I'm going to do is duplicate this adjustment layer. So I'm going to highlight it, and while holding Alt or Option on the keyboard, I'm just going to drag up, and that will give us a copy of our adjustment layer. And for this one, I'm going to decrease the width, and I'm going to change the position keyframes as well, so that it's on the opposite side here. I'm going to duplicate this layer by holding Alt and dragging up again. And I'm actually just going to keep everything the same except on the anchor point. I'm just going to move it over so that I don't have to reset any keyframes. And I will change the width of this one a little bit as well. Let's say to about 2%. All right. So now it's looking pretty good. And the basic idea here is to just keep duplicating these layers until you get something that you are happy with. So I'm going to drag this over here. I'm actually going to put it on the bottom of these others. I need to change that first keyframe to be about there. I'll duplicate this one so that I can have one of these skinny ones over here on the right side. And there you go. That's pretty much it when it comes to creating this glass panel look inside of Premiere. So that's it. Thank you for watching this tutorial. I hope you learned something, and I'll see you next time.